So I feel like it was a really strong year for games. I feel like it's sort of an embarrassment of riches this holiday season. There's so much stuff out there and not enough time to play it all.
Right, I agree with that. It's almost like there's so many games that there are some games that are coming out now that look really good, but they sit there on your shelf and you never quite get to them. And so games are really having to compete now for their audience because there's so much great stuff out there. It's kind of a golden age right now for video gaming.
You've got a game like Madden '08, which by all accounts is the best football game out there right now. It came out in August. Right now, it's all but forgotten. I mean, 2 or 3 months later, and people aren't playing it at all because there's just so much other great stuff out there right now. So much stuff competing for our time and for our attention. Now we all kind of gravitate toward different consoles. I kind of play a lot of Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Joe, you play a lot of PC games,
Right.
and Dale, you play a lot of Wii and DS games. Is there any kind of cross-platform games or games that you play on that you kind of are curious about on other consoles?
I'd like to I think try some Xbox and things with better graphics. The graphics system on the Wii is one of the things that's been criticized. It's not as high powered as the other consoles, although the graphics in Super Mario Galaxy are outstanding. But I think I'd like to see what things really look like on a high powered system with a great monitor.
The thing with the Wii and the DS is that, at least on the Wii side, they have some great first-party games, but then a lot of the other stuff is kind of shovelware. You just don't see a lot of good titles coming out consistently. Like with Xbox, it feels like there's a good game coming out every week or every 2 weeks. With the Wii, you're lucky if you get a really spectacular game once every month or two.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's going to help the Wii in that regard is the peripherals, like the zapper that came out with Link's crossbow training, that turns your Wiimote and nunchuck into kind of a weapon. And as more peripherals,
it's already a weapon of it.
It is if somebody's across the room.
Mm-hmm.
But I think hopefully those kinds of peripherals will drive some more creative kinds of games that really exploit the motion sensitive type of controls they have on the Wii.
And on the PC side, it seemed like there was a real kind of lack of games early this year, and then all of a sudden holiday season comes, you've got Hellgate, Crysis, Orange Box, Bioshock. I mean, you've got just a flood of really good games this last quarter that really kind of revived PC gaming. I mean, for me, I haven't seen this many good PC games out at one time in a while.
Right, just tons of stuff coming out right now, and I think time toward the holidays. But speaking about graphics, that's the reason I love the PC. I guess it's for the bottom line for me is that I can build my own rig. For someone who's kind of a hardcore, old school style gamer, I can build my own rig and I can have souped up graphics that nothing else can even touch. Not even an Xbox 360 on HD is the only thing that gets close.
We were talking the other day about games like Enemy, Quake, the latest Quake game, Enemy Territory,
Right.
and Unreal Tournament 3.
Right.
Those are games that any other time of the year we would have been all over, and I haven't even had time to check them out. I mean, there's so many other good games on PC.
Right.
That
The Battlefield Quake game is one that I
Yeah.
keep looking at thinking, I got to play that, but it just doesn't quite. It's almost like the game isn't quite necessary at this point because there's so much other great stuff coming out.
Yeah, this happens every holiday season where there's at least 3 or 4 really good, solid games that just kind of get left by the wayside because there's so much other good stuff out there.
Yeah.
And I feel like shooters, especially, that we're kind of flooded with good first-person shooters this year.
Right.
And on the Xbox and PS3 side, I mean, I'm finding games that you play on a network to be, for me, like the stuff that I really gravitate toward. Like, Rock Band is a great game, but being able to play it online or being able to play with a group of friends, that to me really trumps just about anything else out there. And Xbox Live has been really strong lately. They've got a lot of good downloadable games that they've come out with, stuff like Undertow and Bomberman Live, which I spent a lot of time with. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff pretty much across the board, good on all the consoles and on PC.
Yeah, speaking of that, about the online element, for me that's what makes gaming for me a lot of times. And for like the Tabula Rasa I was talking about, playing it online with a guild, with people you're doing voice chat, you actually get to know the people, you start having group goals within the game world. It really makes a huge difference on the amount of enjoyment you get out of it, the experience.
That's one of the areas I think where Nintendo's really fallen behind because they have the Wii, which has, I think, pretty robust online capabilities. Some games really exploit it, but then you'll get other games that come out like Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, and on the other more powerful consoles, they have all these online elements. and they're just not there on the Wii versions, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, Guitar Hero is the only, on the Wii, is the only one that you can't download new songs with.
Right.
So, well, thanks guys for your time and for your picks for the holiday games of the year. I hope all of you have a good holiday season and get to play a lot of stuff in your time off.
Good gaming.
Good gaming, guys.